Thank you. I do have string. Turns out that if you find a straight road just a little ways down there, and you go down that road to the end, you come into a little forest, and in a clearing in the forest, you find a tiny little house. And if you go into the house, because it's open and it looks inviting, you go into the house, you'll see over in the corner, just standing there by the window, a chair. So you go over to the chair and you sit down. You look out the window, and there's a tree outside the window. And in the branches of the tree, you see some movement. Just a tiny little bit of movement. And as you watch, you can hear a little bird. And you can see it. As it flies away. But now you're sitting in that chair, looking out the window, and you notice that right beside you, there's a tiny little table. Yeah, I know. This one's hilarious. This is the one where the little kids in the front row, the little 5-year-olds go, "Oh!" On the table, there is a book. And you open the book. Woo! And the book has a story. It's a story from the West Indies, and it got there from West Africa a long time ago. It's about a character you may well know named Anansi, who's part human and part spider, and always, always looking for a free meal. So one day, Anansi heard an announcement from the Queen, who said, "Nobody is allowed to say my secret name. Anyone who says my secret name will instantly die." Well, Anansi knew the Queen's secret name. It was 5. He said, "Great." So he went out into his garden, he picked up a stone, and he stuck it in the middle of the garden. And he said, 1. And he got another one. And he said, 2. Another one. 3. Another one. 4. He took one more. He set it down. And he did not say 5. Then Anansi went over to the corner of the garden. He had a tree there. And you know, spiders are good climbers. So Anansi climbed up the tree all the way to the top. And he watched from there to see who was coming down the road. It was a sunny day, beautiful day for a stroll, and here came Perfect. Perfect for making soup. Ha! Anansi was very excited about this. Tasty, tasty turtle. Anansi came down the tree. He went out into the road and he said, "Hello, turtle. I'm so glad to see you." "Hello, Anansi." "Turtle, come on into my garden. Please, come visit with me for a bit. Take the weight off your feet."
"All right, Anansi, that would be lovely.
Turtle followed Anansi into the garden. They sat down. They chatted for a moment, and then Anansi said, "Oh, Turtle, I just remembered. I was wondering if you could help me and just tell me how many stones there are here in my garden."
All right, I'll count them for you.
The turtle looked around and he started to count.
1, 2. Anansi, shame on you.
And the turtle walked away. Darn. Anansi went back up in the tree. He waited and watched. He was in luck. Here came someone else, slithering down the path. Anansi went out into the road. "Snake, I'm so happy to see you. Please come in for a visit." "All right." The snake followed Anansi into the garden. "Oh, Snake, can you just tell me how many stones there are here in my garden?" "Certainly, that's easy. I'll just count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anansi, shame on you. And the snake went away. Darn. Anansi said, "I need to find an animal that doesn't catch on to my trick." And he heard a voice in the distance calling to him. So it seemed. "Oh, I can hear my supper calling. This is going to be delicious." Anansi went out in the road. There was a chicken coming down the road. She was pecking under the leaves and poking around looking for bugs and grubs and bugs and slugs and things that she could eat. And Anansi said, "Chicken, I'm so happy to see you." "Me?" "Yes, of course, my dear friend, Chicken, come visit." "Me?" "Chicken, you know how I love to visit with you. Come to my garden, come." "Anansi? Why, thank you, Anansi." And the chicken followed Anansi towards the garden. "Chicken, come along. We'll have a little visit." "Well, Anansi, that's very kind, but actually, I'm very busy hunting for bugs and grubs and slugs and things that I can eat." "Oh, come now, come, Chicken. You come into my garden. If you can just help me with one little thing, I'll give you something to eat." "Oh, Anansi, you are such a good friend. Thank you, so kind." The chicken settled in the garden, comfortable, and Anansi said, "Now, Chicken, can you just tell me how many stones there are in my garden?" "Anansi, I'm not very good at math." It's all right. You can do it. I know you can do it. Just count them for me. I've got something in my eye. I can't quite see them. "All right, but I would like to see them better, so I'll just fly up." So the chicken flapped her wings, and she flew up until she was standing on top of one of those stones. And she looked around. She started to count. Plus the one I'm standing on. Chicken, you almost got the right answer. Count them again, would you? And you get the right answer this time. Just try it again. All right. 1. plus the one I'm standing on. Chicken, I told you, that's not the right answer. Anansi was just like, he was losing his patience, and he was really, really, really wanted the chicken to just say the queen's secret name so that the chicken would drop dead. And then Anansi could take the chicken and, kill her. And then he would pull out the feathers, because if he wanted to eat feathers, he could just chew on his pillow or something, but he didn't want to eat feathers. Pull out the feathers, get rid of them. And then he had an idea. He was going to do, some kind of a curry paste. He was going to, this was going to be so good. He was going to have the best chicken. He was going to, curry paste and then into the oven. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Supper time, he was going to have the best chicken. Oh, Anansi was so hungry. He could taste it. He wanted that chicken. He said, chicken, count the stones again and get the right answer. I'll get them this time. Plus the one I'm standing on. Oh, chicken, don't you get it? Do you have no brain at all? Can't you even count? I can count. I just counted the stones. I counted them 2 or 3 or 4 times. The chicken, you can't even count how many times you counted. You got no brain. You're just completely useless. What is, Nancy? This is starting to sound very unfriendly. If you don't like how I count, if you're so smart, you count them. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that because I'm going to show you I know how to count right. I know how to get the right answer. Just watch. So Anansi stood there, and he looked around, and he began to count. 1, 2, 3, watch, 4, okay, listen, 5. He got the right answer. Anansi fell over dead, lying on his back with his little spider legs twitching in the breeze. The chicken suddenly remembered when she came into the yard, Anansi had promised that if she helped him with something, he would give her something to eat. So she ate him up. It was okay. And then the chicken went back out to the path, continued walking, looking for bugs and slugs and things. And as she walked along, she met a friend of hers, the little dog. And the chicken told the dog the whole story about Anansi and the stones. And the crazy thing is, the dog came all the way over here, told me, and then of course I told you.